music, maybe it's the people, maybe it's the friendships, maybe it's the conversation. I don't know, but I love it. And it's a very, very special thing. On the screen there is the thing that killed me. Leslie and I are creating a brewery, and we're having fun with it. And you'll notice over on the right-hand side, it accounts for 51% of the cost of goods that goes into a beer is the packaging. It is the cardboard, it's the glass, it's the bottle cap, it's the label, it's the six-pack, it's the mother carton, it's the stretch wrap. 49% is the beer that's in the bottle. Am I really in the beer business? Wow. I cried that night. Don't think less of me. It was just a couple tears, very small. I sobbed, actually, right? You can find out that you're actually not in the beer business, right? What business are you in? And that's one of the things about entrepreneurship, and you hear this story over and over and over again, right? People say, I'm not in the business that I thought I was in, right? Are you in the cosmetics business, or are you in the business of making people feel good about themselves, right? Am I in the beer business, or am I in the romance business? And you go, what is that romance, right? What does that mean? When people try a craft beer for the very first time, it is almost always a special occasion. It's a wedding, it's a birthday, celebration for something that got them out of their comfort zone, right? And they tried something new. And for the rest of their lives, when they try that beer, they remember that event. I'm just a little bitty boy from nowhere, Mississippi, right? And I now touch people all over the planet. We sold 5 million beers last year. That's 5 million experiences that people get to relive. That wedding, that special occasion, a child graduating, whatever it was, right? And I'm part of that. There on the screen is our ribbon cutting, and then just a patron shot, right? Of two people, right, going, hey, look, when we tried it, we were out riding bikes in a new place in the middle of nowhere. Local ingredients. One of my big things, and I push on this a lot, is that the Mississippi bashing has to stop, right? And I poke people about it. It's like, and you see it in a million ways, right? People just fundamentally, they go, I'm not so sure about this, right? Is Mississippi really prepared for this? Are we in the right place at the right time? Do you have really the right product? Do you have the skills and the capability? Do you have the people, right? There's all these excuses. And you go, yes, we have all of it. Mississippi's #1 export has been its people. Kind of like Ireland, right? We have some of the best, the brightest, the best writers on the planet come from Mississippi. That is hands down. So we have the local ingredients, right? Are they typical beer ingredients? No. Do they make good beer? I'll let you guys be the judge of that. But we focus very, very hard on keeping it local, right? Supporting other local businesses, reaching out and to an exclusion saying, can we find someone in Mississippi who will do this for us first? If we can, then that's where we go. If we can't, we'll have to move on, right? And then I encourage people every day to say, hey, look, you know what? I need cardboard. If you want to get in the cardboard business, I will buy cardboard from you. Diversity, passion. Passion, man, that's a double-edged sword. I've got some great stories. I don't know that I have the time. So we'll move on. Now, with the law change, we've got 8 breweries in the state of Mississippi. We started a Brewers Guild. Back in the old days, as in like a year ago, you go into a big box retail store, and you would find maybe we were lucky enough to have one hole, right, in the cooler, right? One little location where we could sell beer. This is our local big box retailer, and now that there are 8 breweries, right, all of a sudden they go, hey, look, this is a thing. We can support a Mississippi business. We saw it with Whole Foods when they came in, right? They said, draft beer here will only be Mississippi breweries. That could have never happened if it was just one of us, right? And now we've got every tap. All of our beers, all the special stuff, it's there. People have asked, how do you get started, right? How do you build something big? That's actually a picture from on top of a silo that we put in a year and a half ago of our new expansion. And as it's coming online, that building's 32 feet. You can see the tanks that are outside that don't belong outside. And why the building is 32 feet tall. You go, how do you eat an elephant? You do it one bite at a time. It's one step. It's one more, right? Just one more, just one more. People sometimes ask me about entrepreneurship, and I said there's 2 books that are required reading. If you want me to help you, which I'm happy to do. One of them is called the E-Myth. Teaches you a lot about entrepreneurship, and the other one is Lone Survivor. Lone Survivor is the story of a Navy SEAL, right, who found himself in some very, very bad circumstances. And it leads you to a concept called the Stockdale Paradox, which also shows up in the E-Myth, as it turns out, right? And entrepreneurs and Navy SEALs are all about the same, as it turns out, in certain key aspects of their personality. Navy SEAL training is all about weeding out the pessimists. They do that very early. And then it's all about weeding out the optimists. You cannot be focused neither on the past, nor how bad it can be, nor what the future holds for you. All you have to do is survive right now. It is a critical focus. All you have to do is survive right now. And you know what? At the end of the day, if you survive it, you're there. You win. That's all you got to do. You know, kind of interesting aspect of entrepreneurship. Everybody likes to think that you'll drink beer in good times and in bad times. Not necessarily. Sales are actually not very, consistent at all. 2008 stock market crash was ugly, ugly, ugly. And for 3 months, nobody drank beer at restaurants. They may have it at home, but our bottling line didn't go in until just a little bit after that. It's a very interesting aspect of that. Our patrons, one of our shots of people that have come to see our brewery and be our patrons, people that we love very much. Our goals and where we're headed. Our goal is to be the great Southern brewery. We're on target to do 50,000 barrels of beer by the end of this decade, and that's our goal. That's all I'm going to say.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, my apologies for running long.
Okay, we do have to get moving, or I'm going to introduce the next speaker, which I'm not prepared to do. How many folks in this room do not know Malcolm White? Raise your hand. Anybody not know Malcolm White? I'll get with you afterwards. We'll get you a sheet on him. Here's Malcolm White.
Okay, so the way these conferences work, you know, is that we're out of time, and we're out of time, and so you have 2 choices. You can sit and listen to me, or you can go to the restroom. I'm out of here. But anyway, I am the Director of Tourism. I am honored to have introduced and shepherded this idea of the creative economy, and when I was at the Arts Commission, and have now brought it to MDA. And these people's stories are the stories of the success which I am here to share with you. You don't need to know my story. Their stories are the stories of entrepreneurship, of success, of tenacity, of putting your money where your mouth is, of being brave and courageous and innovative and creative. These are the stories of our new economy. America has long was an agrarian country, later an industrial country, but now we are a country where our economy is based in information. Brad explained that to you. And so for us to succeed, we have to be a member of and engaged in the 21st century. And that's where information is. The creative economy is a new economy. It is Mississippi telling our story. It is inviting people to come and visit us, to rethink what they think about us, and to give us a chance to be bold and innovative and creative. Our governor has proclaimed 2014 the year of the creative economy. That's a big deal to us. And in that proclamation, he said we're going to have a celebration, and for an entire year we're going to talk about the homecoming, Mississippi homecoming, telling the Mississippi story. So what I'm going to share with you in the brief amount of time I have is our campaign. And this is the look that we are sporting in our campaign. This is Visit Mississippi. That's what we want people to do. Visit Mississippi, give Mississippi a chance, rethink Mississippi. Our toughest gig in tourism is getting people here the first time. We have no problem getting them back if we ever get them here the first time. Our average tourist is 52 years old and spends 2 days and a half. We've got a lot of work to do. We want to be open for business, and our state has an amazing story to tell. Through our cultural story is unparalleled. The reason we're having a Grammy Museum built in Mississippi is because we have more Grammy winners than any other state in the Union. The reason we proclaim to be the birthplace of America's music is because we created that music. We have so much to brag about through music and literature and architecture and food and the telling of the Civil War and the telling of the Civil Rights struggle and the arts and creative spaces. This is our campaign. This is Mississippi Homecoming. This is what the website looks like when you go there.
Here's the good news. This year, Mississippi's throwing a homecoming party. If you've been touched by our music, books, art, food, then this is home. This is your party. Because really, everybody's a Mississippian. So grab a bag and a few friends. No RS required. It's going to be Saturday night all year long. Why don't you come join us?
So if you don't believe me, believe Marty Stewart. And this is our campaign. This is our print campaign that goes with the videos. And we have featured different celebrities, different successful Mississippians, along with a piece of our culture and our story. This is our social campaign. Brad told you where the action is. This is the first time in the history of the Division of Tourism where we have spent more than 50% on a campaign in social. And that number will grow and grow and grow. This is where the future is. This is where people live. This is our homecoming, and we want everybody to participate. You can go to mshomecoming.com and register your event in your community and be a part of the telling of the story of Mississippi in 2014. And even greater, be a part of celebrating creativity. Be a part of celebrating our new economy and the way that we view ourselves and the pride in which we take. The beautiful thing about the creative economy is it is Mississippi telling her own story and getting it right. It is creating a new economy and, allowing innovative business people to flourish. And finally, it's about building civic pride. So I would say to you, thank you for the opportunity for my people and our people to tell our story to you today. Thank you for the support of including us in Blueprint Mississippi, and understand that we are here to be a part of the success and the future of our home, the great state of Mississippi.
So with that, will you all help me thank Brad, Amy, Mark, Malcolm one more time? Some great testimonials to the creative economy this morning. We now have a 15-minute break. We'll be back here at 11. Oh, we're going 11. I was going to say 10:30. We're giving a much better. We'll be back here 10:30 for our next speaker, for a keynote speaker. So please be back at 10:30.